before we get out of here, let's see. Let's look at this. I'm going to do a mailbag question of the day, and I didn't run this by Brent, so we might not have this from like last week. But it's a question from Chris Krochak that I've been meaning to get to, and I think today might be a good time as we kind of take a step back and examine this plan, Charlie.
Yeah, we're chilling a little bit.
Yeah, we're chilling. He asked us last week if the rumors are true that Walker is open to resigning here, and if that is, would you? His impact can't be denied. And this is why I said I was going to mention the Sean Walker earlier. Maybe we do awards predictions at some point closer to like the NHL awards or whatever. Sean Walker deserves one fifth-place vote for the Norris Trophy. One fifth-place vote, Charlie. The PHWA votes on this. Now listen. Look at the Flyers' blue line and penalty kill before and after. I don't think there's any denying he's one of the most effective defensemen in the league this year.
He was real good.
I realize there are like 5 superstars that could get this vote. The guy was real damn good. He kind of held this team together, it looks like. That said, I'm not interested.
I know based on my conversations that there definitely was interest on the part of Sean Walker to return to Philly. He loved it in Philly. His style of play fits perfectly here under Tortorella, under what they want the defenseman to do. So there's that. I don't think the Flyers have completely shut the door. However, I go back to what Danny Briere said on Friday. I pushed him near the end of the press conference about which prospects does he think are the closest to making an NHL impact next season to start the year. As I mentioned, last year, like everybody knew Tyson Forrester was going to have a real shot. Zamula had the waiver thing, so he was going to have a leg up on everybody else. Then Brink obviously crashes the door down unexpectedly in camp. Which players does he think can do that for next season or in position to potentially do that at camp next year? And he notably said that he really doesn't think there are many forwards, if any, who are ready to take that leap. He said, like, Tuamal, they think he needs another year. I guess somebody like Desnoyers can surprise, but like he didn't have a great year, especially from a scoring standpoint. Still going on. The Phantoms are going to the playoffs, so we'll see. Maybe they take a step in more meaningful games. But right now, not many forwards. Defensemen, though, he said quite a few names. He's like, obviously, Jennings and Adder. Andre, he mentioned. Grons, he pointed out, is closer than we might think. Little Helge. If they have 4 defensemen down in the minors who they think are close, I don't know how you bring back Sean Walker, because you're going to need some spots for those guys. Like you're going to need, like Ronnie Adder is going to be
He's going to be in Zamula's shoes.
He's going to be in Zamula's shoes. And like, that's a spot that if you don't want to lose him, if you still think he's part of this, then why are you going to go out and sign a guy who justifiably would be getting every night top 4 minutes? He deserves it. I just don't think that if the goal here is to give these young defensemen who you straight up said you think are ready for a long look, if that's the goal, if the goal is to give them a shot, I don't know how re-signing Sean Walker fits. I don't know how it does. Unless you make a bunch of big trades. Like if you trade, then we talked about this in the lead up to the deadline. If they trade Rasmus Ristolainen in the offseason, might not be easy given the fact that he missed the entire, second half of the season basically and will be, on the shelf for a couple of months recovering from this surgery. If you trade him, I'm a little bit more open to the idea of bringing back Walker. But if you can't trade him, I don't know where he fits. And even if you do trade Risto, I still don't quite know where he fits. I'm just a little bit more open to the possibility that you can find a way to make it all work.
I liked Sean Walker a lot. He was a lot of fun to watch. He turns 30 in November. He's going to need a long-term contract. This is it for him. This is his chance. This is his chance to cash in.
He should.
He'd be dumb to sign some sort of like Flyers hometown discount because he likes John Tortorella or something who's probably not going to be the coach in 18 months. Like, that would be insane. And I want to leave spots for the kids, and I want to leave spots for like these high-end players we're going to be getting at some point. Where are they going to play? They don't have any yet, and they have a whole bunch of defensemen. Like, I just don't see, I don't see how it fits this team's timeline at all.
Yeah, and we talked about this during the lead up to the deadline when Sean Walker was a major topic of conversation. At times during the year, I like the idea of maybe signing him as something of a bridge to Bonk, sign him to a 2-3 year deal. when they got Jamie Drysdale, it changed the entire calculation because Drysdale's a guy who they are going to need to play every night. They want him to develop into one of those high-end guys. They think he can. Whether he can or not, I guess we'll see. But they believe in his skill set. For me, Drysdale takes the spot that Walker would have taken. That's my view of it.
We all silly like the mayor.